Imagine yourself as a sailor. You're on the open ocean, the vastness of the sea surrounds you. Storms can appear quickly. Knowing which way to steer your ship is vital. This is where Ballots Law comes in. It is a simple rule that can save lives. Ballots Law helps us understand the relationship between wind and pressure. In the northern hemisphere, if you stand with your back to the wind, the low pressure will be on your left. The opposite is true in the southern hemisphere. This law is a fundamental principle for mariners. It helps them predict and navigate around dangerous storms, especially tropical revolving storms. Understanding the movement of air around high and low pressure systems is key. Air naturally wants to move from high pressure to low pressure. This movement of air is what we feel as wind. However, the rotation of the Earth influences this movement, creating a spiraling effect. Ballots Law is not just a theoretical concept, it is a practical tool that mariners use every day. By understanding this law, sailors can make informed decisions about their course and safety. Tropical revolving storms, also known as hurricanes or typhoons, are powerful forces of nature. They form over warm ocean waters. TRSs are characterized by low pressure at their center and spiraling winds. Ballots Law is particularly useful in the context of TRSs. Due to the intense low pressure at the storm center, winds rush inward. The Earth's rotation causes these winds to spiral, creating the characteristic cyclonic pattern. Imagine a TRS in the northern hemisphere. As the storm approaches an observer, the wind direction will change. Initially, the wind might be coming from the east. As the storm gets closer, the wind direction will shift. It might change to a northeasterly wind and then to a northerly wind. Understanding these wind shifts is crucial for mariners. They can deduce the storm's position and movement. This information is essential for making decisions about altering course or seeking shelter. Let's say you are a captain sailing in the South Pacific. You notice the wind is picking up. The barometer, an instrument that measures air pressure, is falling. This is a sign that a low-pressure system is approaching. You hold your hand out and feel the wind on your back. Knowing you are in the southern hemisphere, you point your left hand towards the wind. According to Ballots Law, the low-pressure center of the storm is likely to be in that direction. You continue to monitor the wind direction. You notice it is gradually shifting. This confirms that you are dealing with a revolving storm. By carefully observing the wind shifts, you can estimate the storm's bearing and approximate speed. Knowing this information allows you to take necessary precautions. You can adjust your course, you can seek shelter, you can prepare the ship and crew for heavy weather. Ballots Law is a fundamental tool for maritime safety. Here are some practical tips for mariners, especially when dealing with potential TRS situations. Always monitor weather forecasts and warnings. Regularly check your barometer for any significant pressure drops. Pay close attention to wind direction changes, especially if they are gradual and persistent. If you suspect a TRS is approaching, use Ballots Law to estimate its position. Never attempt to outrun a storm if you are caught in its path. Instead, adjust your course to navigate around it. Remember, the sea can be unpredictable. Understanding Ballots Law and other meteorological principles can mean the difference between a safe voyage and a perilous encounter with a storm. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay safe.